Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the final chapter of Leviticus chapter 27. It might seem a bit unusual at first glance, as it's all about vows, dedicated things, and valuations. But stick with me, because there are some beautiful principles hidden in these ancient rules that are incredibly relevant for us today. The chapter opens by discussing vows. If someone made a special vow to dedicate a person to the Lord, there was a monetary value attached based on age and gender. This wasn't about buying or selling people, but rather a way to fulfill a solemn promise to God. Imagine you promised to dedicate your firstborn son's service to the tabernacle, but for practical reasons, he needed to stay and work the family farm. This system provided a way to redeem that vow, to substitute it with an equivalent value, ensuring the promise to God was still honored. It shows how seriously God takes our commitments and provides a path for us to follow through, even when circumstances change. This principle of redemption extends to animals and property as well. If you dedicated a clean animal, one suitable for sacrifice, it belonged to the Lord. No substitutions allowed. But for an unclean animal or a house or a field, there was a process for buying it back, or redeeming it, by paying its value plus an extra 20%. This redemption tax wasn't a punishment. It was a reminder of the sanctity of the original vow. It encouraged people to think carefully before dedicating something to God, but it also offered grace. It teaches us about the value God places on our promises and the importance of integrity in our relationship with Him. Finally, the chapter concludes with the tithe. A tenth of all produce from the land and every 10th animal from the flock or herd belonged to the Lord. This was different from a vow. It was a foundational, non-negotiable act of worship and recognition that everything we have ultimately comes from God. It was a consistent, tangible way for the Israelites to honor God as their provider. For us, this principle of tithing, of setting aside a portion of what we've been given for God's work, is a powerful spiritual discipline. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a heart of gratitude and trust in God's provision. Leviticus 27 reminds us that our words, our possessions, and our resources can all be instruments of worship, dedicated to honoring the one who gave us everything. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this reflection helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more insights into the scriptures. See you in the next video.